So, um, I just got done with my first ever run through of one of the Jillian Michaels workout DVDs called Front Side for Beginners. 46 minutes of an ass kicking. I now understand more why, whether you are on The Biggest Loser and you go with Bob Harper, or now that she's left, you went with Jillian Michaels. Either way, your ass was grass. That was insane. And I finally have aerobic clothing, for people who are actually like serious about working out, which in my life I've never owned. 'Cause no. But now I have one of those waist slimmer belts, which I got at Modell's because I heard about it on Hoda and Kathy Lee. But the thing actually works. I mean, it does I've worn it several days now. It does take a lot of the water weight off of you. The way it's designed is that it helps heat your midsection when you're working out. And the warmer you are, as everyone knows in summer, the more you sweat. And the more you sweat, the more water you shed, and the more water weight you shed, depending on how badly your body tends to need a diuretic on a regular basis, the more weight you lose. So I have one of those nice new Nike shirts that dries really fast. That special technology where it doesn't just pull the moisture out in patches, so you've got like swamp pit or something over here. It sucks the moisture in and then spreads it out so you dry quicker and more evenly so that you don't feel like you're carrying 3 pounds of sweat on top of you while you work out. I worked yesterday at the Pride Parade, which, by the way, awesome. And I wore it just now doing my workout, and it was coming off me, man. Like, my hair looks wet now, but that's because I showered. But it doesn't look much different than it did when I got done with 45 minutes of that. So, fingers crossed. This is what I meant when I said before that I don't know if you follow me on Facebook, but I think I've said it in the podcast before. I'm trying to go more hardcore with my workouts, with, starting working out. Good first step, right? But the last couple of weeks, I haven't been doing nothing. I've been drastically cutting back my calories because I do have a problem with food. Like most people, to some extent, they have a problem with food. Some eat too little, some eat too much, some eat the right amount, but of the completely wrong things that, no one should ever consume. And it's getting easier and easier as I, choke my intake of calories to reasonable limits to eat better quality food. Like, I'm not gonna die hard vegan. I will only touch something that is organic. I mean, at the moment, I'm drinking a vitamin water and, eating a croissant. So that's not going to be the case. But I've been out shopping for groceries lately, and it used to be that I lived in the freezer section. Like, you couldn't move me out of the freezer section. Well, instant pasta, things like ramen and such. Yeah, I'd go there, the soda aisle. But those are all generally near each other. So, like, I would never wander off into the produce and say, ooh, what pretty colored vegetables do they have that look fresh? Oh, what a lovely bunch of bananas. That was not me. Now I'm actually remembering to take my vitamins in the morning. I'm playing with a cat, which, if you've ever had a kitten 3 months old, can be quite a workout. Much the same as having a very small puppy or a toddler or an infant can be. It's a lot of work. So that helps. I'm trying to wear my pedometer more often, but at my weight, which I freely admit is too much, and I am defining too much as being 280 pounds, which is not as high as I once was. It's actually 60 pounds less than my highest weight, but it's 105 pounds more than I weighed at my low point after gastric bypass. So there's work to do. There's room for improvement, as many of my teachers were off to say. So I'm doing the workouts, and I'm trying. And it's not just for like one reason or another. Like it's not, oh well, I'm getting married and I have to look good in my dress. No, my dress already looks good on me. It needs a little bit of editing work so that it matches my color scheme, but it already looks fine on me. That I don't have a problem with. Do I want to lose the weight because I should be 100 pounds lighter to be medically defined as healthy? Yes. Do I want to lose weight because it will make having a longer life together with Sam easier? Absolutely. And I won't say that it's the most important thing, but one of the top 3 reasons for losing that much weight, especially in my age range and especially because I am female, is conception. I don't have any known problems with fertility, but everywhere I turn shows like, the doctors, Dr. Oz, things like that. Fertility can be a huge thing, which can be impacted by weight, your size. I mean, think about it. When you have all of that extra fat and poundage on you, gravity is still gravity. It compresses. And on a female like me, who's 5'4", and I'm top heavy, I'm a triple D. I'm big, you know. On me, that much weight only has the ability of compressing internally. My kidney I've had problems with. My liver, I've run the risk. Which is why, for the most part, I've given up drinking. Not completely. I'm still in my 20s, but my uterus. Yes, I said one of the taboo phrases. But it's true. You can't have that much size and not have gravity take its toll. And I remember as far back as the age of 12, partly because of how much I hated my own mother, I wanted to have kids. Just to prove to myself I could do better. That I wasn't going to make the same asinine mistakes that idiot made. I've since matured, but I still want kids. I want a family. And anyone who knows me, I act maternal anyway. I'm essentially mothering everyone who comes within a 20-foot sphere of me. My own little gravitational well. Not just for planets anymore. Yes, that's a joke from Family Guy. So, I'm trying. I'm too big. I know I'm too big. I'm working on it. But, you have to want to work on it. You have to say to yourself, well, alright, let me take that back. I'm in no position to tell people what they have to do. What I have to say to myself is, you know what the benefit long term will be. Are you too damn lazy to earn it? And when I think about it that way, it's really not such a hardship, because I'm one of the first people to say, dude, pull yourself up. You have the potential, you have the ability, you have the capacity, you have the skill, you have the knowledge. Why aren't you earning your existence? And I'm not working right now. I'm not employed. I want to be. But I did work for the better part of a decade before the economy struck, and in part I got lazy. And I haven't been working the last, 3.5 years? And for me, that's painful. But that doesn't mean I'm not earning my existence. Because, and this is something I think Sam has never fully understood, he's made it abundantly clear. I don't need to clean in order to stay here. I don't need to do laundry in order to stay here. I don't need to cook in order to stay here. I just need to want to be here and be willing to do something, whether it's go back to school, whether it's work, something. I have to be participating and be involved somehow in life. Well, school's been kind of rough as a concept the last year or so, and I've been looking for work, man. I've been looking, and nobody's biting. So I clean. I vacuum, I sweep, I do the floors, I do the laundry, I do the dishes, I clean the kitchen, I make food, I teach them how to cook, I take care of the cat now that we have a cat. I check the mail, I mail books for Sam when he needs them mailed. I keep a calendar for the house to make sure everyone remembers all their appointments. I'm the person who makes all the unpleasant phone calls, like tracking down the landlord or getting in touch with the super and following through the next day so people can't walk off. Um, Basically being a bitch, that's fine. I'm good at that. I'm really good at that. But it means that I've been focusing incredibly more on getting other things done and making other people happy. And the closer it gets to the wedding, the more I think long term that's not going to work. It's not. I mean, making other people happy is good. Making sure that your spouse is happy, that your children are happy, that your pets are happy. These are good things. These are lofty ideals to take care of the people and animals that you care about. But, and I'm not the first person to say this, I've heard professional trainers on television say this. And doctors like Dr. Phil and Dr. Oz and all them. Who is going to take care of those people and those animals and that life if you spend so much energy focusing on them that you have wholly and woefully ignored your own needs, that it comes to the point where there's no you left. And it's possible. There was a point in my life I was doing everything to care for my mother and run the house and our pet cats and going to school and trying to find a job, and it was too much. I mean, I was relatively thin as a younger teenager because the stress and lack of puberty were piling up. But you can't run at that pace forever. You can't. I had more than one psychological snap living that way. You can't do it. I mean, if you take even one day out of 7 that is wholly about you, if you're not the type who can, do the little crap every day, do your 20-minute workout or have your nice latte in the morning, something that is a completely selfish act to make you happy, you have to, that's what I do. I can press it all onto Friday. I don't cook. I don't pack lunch. I wake him up and I give him a cup of coffee. After that, he's on his own. I don't clean. I don't nothing, man. I go see whatever movie I want to see that he doesn't. I go treat myself to lunch at, the new vegetarian place I heard about. But, I do me. The hell with everybody else. On Fridays, I do me. But you need at least one day. And this is a concept relatively new to me. I only started the Friday day off within the last year. Okay? But having done it for several months now, I wholly embrace it and suggest it. That's my recommendation. Is it healthier to do little things like working out 20 minutes every day? Sure. Does that mean everyone's physically capable or has the time management skills to work it in? No. But even people who work and earn a paycheck get a day off, and that day off is generally about them. And it should be. You should have the spine to say to your family, I need to take care of myself. Unless it's critical, don't call me. But I'm trying. So I'm starting off at 280 pounds, and